York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show.
I'm doing okay. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Every day's a hustle. Sometimes you forget the last little things, you know what I mean? Forgot to moisturize. I shake a lot of hands. I like them to be soft. Well, so you know what happened yesterday on the show? And no one told me until today? Okay, you never know who's gonna be in the Wendy audience. We were graced with the presence of Ron Artest Sr. Yeah, Meta World Peace's dad was here. Well, no, that's Ron, Meta World Peace, you know, Junior, Ron Artest. But his dad was here. Now, when I asked you about this, Norman, you said, do we need a picture? And you got a picture quick, but I was talking about a picture, a screenshot of Senior in the audience. Like, where was he sitting?
I have no clue.
Was he wearing glitter?
I don't know. I don't know.
And a boa like everyone else?
Right.
Like,
a tiara?
Yeah. Like, I wonder whether he received me nicely or whether he was giving me the bristle face.
Right.
All I know is that when the show was over, you know, when the show was over, I found, like, thank you, Mr. Artest, for leaving me that really wonderful bag of basketball memorabilia and things like that. Honestly, really nice. Thank you so much. But if I knew that you were here, I would have highlighted your experience here. I feel like we lost the chance.
I know.
Audience departments, heads will roll. Like, you're supposed to tell me who's here, where they're sitting, and why I should be there. Anyway, but, okay. Speaking of dads, Drake's dad is calling him a liar. Well, no. I don't even know why this is a story, because we're not even talking about Drake, we're talking about his dad. But okay, so Drake has said many, many times before that his father, Dennis, was an absentee father who left him and his mother alone. And if you listen to Drake's lyrics, you've heard this before. But Dennis was on the Nick Cannon podcast. The radio show?
Yeah.
A podcast is a radio show, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
He was on the Nick Cannon radio show, and Drake, anyway, just take a look and then we'll talk.
I have always been with Drake. I talk to him, if not every day, every other day.
Wow.
And we really got into a deep conversation about that. I said, Drake, why are you saying all of this different stuff about me, man? Like, this is not cool. And he goes, Dad, it sells records. I said, okay, well, cool.
I don't know what to believe. I'm still trying to figure out why it is like a big star like Nick Cannon had Drake's dad on the show. I mean, you know, like, that'd be like having my mom on a show. You know, it's the parents of, they're not showbiz parents, they're just regular people trying to get some shine. Mommy, you know what you do. You know what you do, and you know you do it too, but that's why I block you. No, from doing stuff like that. Like, people try to get my mom and dad to do stuff because they're my mom and dad. I'm like, oh, no, you won't. Oh, no, you won't. That all money's not good. No, you won't. Just relax, be old, and chill with the fruits of your labor. Now, Drake's dad clearly wants to be noticed. What do I believe? I believe that Drake has said many times in his... He looks like a pimp named Sweetback, right? But here's the thing. I do feel like Drake has said it enough in his songs. Some of the lyrics, I can't even think of the lyrics. Norman hit it.
Like 0 to 100, I think he wrote something about his dad.
What'd he say?
Something about his dad wasn't around, and he never used to pick him up and left him alone, and word, I don't know.
Anyway, I don't care. Can we move on? Can we move on? I don't care. You know, I like... My thought is that Drake did live this experience and that he's making money off his experience. So for him to say to his father something like, Dad, be quiet, this makes money, because you were an absentee father and my real life stories do make money. People can relate to that. He's not the only one who's had an absentee dad. All right, anyway, exhausted. I wish Mr. Artesta would have raised his hand or clapped out loud, or Suzanne, why didn't you know? Like, he really did come in here.
What? There's always people coming by.
I know, but we always know them.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
We missed an opportunity. Sorry, Wendy.
Like when the Oak Ridge boys were here,
well, they were really...
we saw them.
Yeah, but they were really obvious.
Over here.
Yes.
But, Marco, why didn't you know?
I'm sorry, Wendy.
I don't know what, no, don't give him a mic. Put the mic down. Okay, so the rumors are swirling that Lindsay Lohan won't be asked back at the Masked Singer in Australia. Now, I just told you she just got this job, but Lindsay is telling a different story. According to an Australian magazine, it's called New Idea, producers of the show were sick and tired of her long list of demands. Well, now here we go with these demands. You know, yesterday it was J-Lo and the cookies and the milk, and I told you that I like the Tropicana with no pulp. Just because you have to say something. All right, chicken wings fried hard. Jolly Ranchers, lots of toothpicks, and don't forget the red hot sauce. And disposable Tupperware so I can take what I don't eat with me. Just saying. As long as you're gonna ask, I'll tell you. But they were saying, you know, that she took these long breaks and interrupting production, like 45-minute cigarette breaks and, you know, whatnot. I could believe that. Lindsay smokes and, you know, she might be outside stressed out on the phone. It's not like a big deal. But Lindsay went on the Kyle and Jackie O show. In Australia, and she denied being a diva. I want you to take a look, but look, just watch how present she is in her, like, I'm Team Lindsay on this, and I've got a suggestion afterwards. Go ahead.
People want to find the negative for no reason, and there was only positive, and that makes people angry. So then people
right, I see.
And, you know, there's nothing negative about it, so just be happy.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a great time, and it was a really cool experience.
Here's my thought. My thought is, I think that Lindsay has gathered herself, but we're just not ready to, well, I am. I'm a forgiving person. A lot of people aren't ready to forgive her. And because she's dug such a crusty hole for herself, that's all that people will remember. And for a lot of people, that's all they want to see, because a crusty hole is more interesting. I'm saying is a problematic life is more interesting than seeing somebody who finally gets themselves together. Once people get themselves together, all of a sudden, a lot of people are done with them because, you know, togetherness is boring, whereas a mess is fun. If you know what I mean, and I've learned you do. Anyway, you know what? I would love to see her do the US version of The Masked Singer. Unfortunately, I like all the judges, and I don't want another judge on that show. I was trying to figure out who they should fire. Nobody. Robin Thicke is really good on this show. Well, first of all, clap if you watch this show. Okay. Enough people. I like Robin Thicke on the show. Plus, I like his voice. You know what I mean? And you know, you might not like him sexually speaking, but there's something, but there's something about him, you know. Jenny McCarthy is the bee's knees. I love Jen. I listen to her podcast.
Yeah.
Now she's got something on.
I think she's on Sirius.
She's on the Sirius.
Yeah.
Isn't that a podcast?
No, that's a radio show.
All right. Well, I listen to that. I listen to Jenny and her comic stylings. I like Jenny on this show. Of course, there's no replacing Nick, who will soon be a daytime talk show host. And then I like Nicole Scherzinger. I like her a lot. And Ken Jeong, I like him he's got big personality. So, you know, right now there's no room for Lindsay in the US on this Masked Singer show, but I beg of you, everyone, give Lindsay a chance. Like give her a chance. You know, we'll always remember her as being a mess, but she's growing up right before our eyes. Oh, you laugh. Okay. So speaking of Jenny McCarthy, she says that she's done with New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest. Now, I don't know what you do on New Year's Eve or where you are. I don't watch like the countdown until about 15 minutes before midnight. You know what I mean? That's when you make sure your snacks are good and warm or cold and thirsty. And then you get in front of that TV because you want to be there for like that last 15 minutes of the new year. And then you count down. And I don't know what you watch. Like, I love Anderson Cooper and I love Kathy Griffin. Kathy will be here, as a matter of fact, on the show soon. But that's not the one I watch because that's not what I grew up on. It's kind of like tradition. Like, if you're in the house on New Year's Eve, don't you kind of do like the same thing all the time? I don't party on New Year's Eve because I feel as though New Year's Eve party is for amateurs. You know what I'm saying? People who want to do the most. Get out of my party way. I'm a pro at this. I'll go out tomorrow night, not tonight. So but I turn on the New Year's, the Rockin' Eve, the Dick Clark one, which, yeah. And that's the one that Ryan took over, you know, so Ryan Seacrest is now in for Dick Clark and Jenny McCarthy is his foil. And she's there with him, but she says she's done, she's quitting, and you know why? Oh, in the name of being a good mom. You know what she says? She says her 17-year-old son asked her, please stay home this year, New Year's Eve with me. Well, first of all, I know that's a good check. It's also a good look. Now, you listen here, son. Who's paying these bills? Okay? I'm a single woman out here in these streets. New Year's Eve is happening. Look, you sit in the green room then. We can be together. I'll side-eye you while I pull the lever on 2000, what year? 20.
20.
Oh, in 2020. Well, now who's gonna co-host with Ryan? Because Ryan cannot do it by himself. Ryan, I love you, but not by yourself. I would love to. Now look at here, New Year's Eve committee, over at the Ryan Seacrest show. I'm not begging for anything. All I'm saying is you already have my Brendan as one of your people. Brendan, you do that every year.
I have 15 years.
15 years you've been out there. I've never been to Times Square on New Year's Eve. I could not imagine. Like, I would have to be in a Pope mobile, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, something glassine. All the people. You can't bring a handbag. Where do I put my lipstick? Then I'm talking to Ryan in between. I only met him once, and that was at the E! News, and it was kind of awkward. He's all short, and just, it was like weird, you know, with that smile of his plastered on his face. Ryan, you know I like you, but you do need somebody else with you, and if it's not going to be Jenny, then you better pick a good one. Otherwise, I'm watching Anderson and Kathy?
Andy Cohen.
Oh, then I'm watching Andy Cohen. That's it. That's it. Quite frankly, I've been asleep like the past few New Year's Eve. You know what I'm saying? It's like 5, 4, 3, 2. That's it. So do you know this show Insecure? Do you watch that? Clap if you do. Well, then you'll be very interested to know that Amanda Seales is one of the stars. You know that already. And she's very upset with her co-stars, and they're currently filming the show. It's got to be awkward on the set. Well, Amanda says that she was blocked from getting into an Emmys after party thrown by Issa Rae's publicist. Now, Issa Rae is the creator, director, and producer of the show, plus she stars in the show. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. Issa Rae's publicist, this beautiful woman down here with the slinky hair in her eye, she had a party to celebrate the cast, and they blocked Amanda from getting in. Well, this was the second year they did this to her. Okay, no, follow me with this. Okay. Last year, around this time, another party was thrown for the cast, and Issa Rae was blocked from going in. At that time, she showed up with the guy with the blue eyes that a lot of people don't like because his...
Bill Scott.
Oh, that's right. Oh, all right. Okay, thanks. The first year, which is last year, okay, Issa showed up at the party with Jill Scott. And so they're standing at the door to get into Issa Rae's cast's own party. Jill's not in the cast. Jill was just the cut buddy. The security told Jill, come on in. They told Issa Rae, Amanda.
They told Amanda.
They told Amanda, I'm sorry. Amanda, I gotta watch this show. I've never seen this show.
It's so good.
It is?
Uh-huh.
It's
Amanda's good in it.
Is she?
Yeah.
I gotta see the show.
Yeah.
She might not be in it for too long.
Right.
Okay, look, so here's what happened, all right? So the first year then, Amanda last year went with Jill Scott. Jill's not even in the show. Amanda is. They told Amanda, stay at the curb. You're not allowed in. Jill Scott, go in and have a great time. Okay? That was last year. This year, fast forward, Amanda shows up with Jesse Williams, the guy from Grey's Anatomy, whose wife can't get over the fact that he ran on and is divorcing him. This is layered hot topics. Come on now. Anyway, she showed up with him, all right? They gave them a hard time to come in. Eventually, she was escorted in, and she gets to the table. All of her castmates are sitting there, but they're like, Yup, they're not vouching for her. They're not saying, what's up, girl? Nobody's giving hugs. Nobody's doing anything. People are looking with a squinty eye like, Security suddenly comes over to Amanda in this year's party that just happened the other day and escorted her out. Now, I don't know what it is that she does behind the scenes. Like, I have to catch up with this show. I know nothing about this particular situation, but Amanda talked about it on her podcast. Now, see, this is why she might be out of a job in 32 seconds. Just listen.
So there's a table for the show that I am an actual series regular and a star of. but I am not allowed into the party. So much so that a security guard has now been dispatched to escort me out of the party. I'm like, you know what? I'm out. Because now I'm also seeing people see this happen and they're doing nothing. If I saw this happening to someone else, I would have been all up in that. And for the record, nobody made a ruckus for me. Nobody.
Well, in the workforce, sometimes it comes down to every man for himself, number one. Number two, maybe they didn't make a ruckus because they know more about it than we do out here. We don't know your behavior behind the scenes. Do you show up on time? Are you testy with your co-stars? Do you forget your lines? Are you making the workday more hellish than it normally is? I don't know whether it was wrong that people didn't help her, but that's shady boots. Because this show, and by the way, Amanda, you didn't help your case by complaining on your podcast. What you're supposed to do when people shade you like that, you're supposed to do better to show them later exactly how it's done. I'm gonna tell you something. And this is a real story, and it will be played out in my Lifetime biography, which comes out in February. But no, I'm gonna tell you something. Once upon a time, there was a music mogul who sent his all-girl group to beat my ass in front of the radio station. Fact. And I finished my air. Oh God. Anyway, I finished my shift, wound up my headphones, put my bag in the crook of my arm, and see everybody lined up at the window looking down on the sidewalk. And I just work. I have coworkers, they weren't friends. You know how I tell you all, you better be careful of your coworkers because you work before nobody's paying your bills but you, right? So, I'm wrapping up my headphones and I'm going downstairs. My new boyfriend at the time, the bad Kevin, he was picking me up. But no, this is when he was the good Kevin, right? So I'm walking in the elevator with my intern at the time, Skeletor, but look, I'm like, why is everybody looking down at the sidewalk? I mean, noses were pressed to the glass. And I get downstairs and find this girl group jump out of a gypsy cab to come after me, to kick my ass. And I'm like, for what? You know what I said was true. You all are broke and you were living in the projects. And that was that. But the point I'm making is, Amanda, you shouldn't have I didn't get back on the radio and talk about it. What I did was desire to do better so I can have a purple chair and talk about it right now and then have the whole scene play out in the Lifetime movie. So, Amanda, I'm sorry what happened to you. I need to know more of the story. But we've got more of this story today. More great show for everybody. Up next, Neil deGrasse Tyson is here. So, grab a snack and come on back. Welcome back. Our first guest is an astrophysicist. Don't be intimidated. He's also a New York Times bestselling author. Do not be scared. He has a new book. It's called Letters from an Astrophysicist. Everybody compose yourself for Neil deGrasse Tyson. Okay.
You got the rockin'est show anywhere, I just want to say.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Shoe cam, please.
Oh, shoe cam.
Keep your feet there.
I got
Model,
it.
Go.
Oh.
Now, is this a full boot? Is this a booty? What do we have?
There's a boot.
Uh-huh.
You got a boot situation going there.
Well, you're already a tall man, so now you're even taller.
It's a little bit. It's like 3/4 of an inch. I checked it.
Yes, yeah.
Yep. So these are my fry boots.
I love fry boots.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta wear some boots.
Yeah, well.
Because sometimes some things need stomping.
Hey, Neil.
What's that?
Do you remember when we had that civilized dinner with Phil Donahue and Marlo Thomas at Whoopi Goldberg's house?
Yes, I do. Is that when I first met you?
Yeah, I was with the bad Kevin at that time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
But we were all there.
Yes.
We had pork chops and applesauce and
Whoopi's got a new book about entertaining. I think she expects people to do that at home, but they all just want to go to her place.
Yeah,
now.
well, no, she has those dinners where she collects, you know, like random people who don't know each other. It's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Random people who don't know each other, and then we just all sit at the table and we eat.
And talk.
But I must say that I was taken aback that, oh my gosh, it's an astrophysicist. Okay, what do I say?
Oh.
Do I say, how you doing? I don't know what to do.
That works.
You know, and then Phil Donahue, the legend, was there. I was like, oh my gosh, what do I say? This might not be my crowd, but we had a good time that night.
I thought so.
Okay, what is an astrophysicist?
Yeah, we care about everything that's not on Earth. So it's the whole universe, basically. And we care about Earth as a planet. So you can learn a lot when you study other planets and say, oh, Venus has a runaway greenhouse effect. So it's 900 degrees Fahrenheit there. And I did the calculation. If you put a pizza out on the windowsill of Venus, it cooks in 4 seconds. Wow. Yeah. So you cook too, so that's a problem. You know, but ignoring that detail, it would cook in 4. So you learn about Earth in ways you never thought you'd learn about it by going elsewhere.
Now, when you entered Harvard, did you major in astrophysics?
I majored in physics at Harvard, yeah.
And you grew up in the Bronx?
The Bronx.
The Bronx.
You say it right. Bronx in the house, yeah. In fact, I don't mean to brag.
Go ahead.
Nothing, but I'm in the Bronx Hall of Fame.
Wow. Oh.
And so what they do with the Hall of Famers is they have a little sign with your name on it, and it's lining the Grand Concourse.
Really?
Mine is like 3 blocks south in Yankee Stadium. Wow. Yeah. Right. You can find it, yeah.
Good for you.
Well, thank you. It felt good. You know, there's not much hometown spirit in New York. It's not small enough to have that feeling, but for that to happen in the Bronx, I felt good about that.
No, we have hometown spirit here. That's a big deal.
8 million people. There's no hometown going on here.
Well, okay, so you got into Harvard, you went to Harvard, and then you're layered in master's degrees and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's a bunch of masters. I spent some time at the University of Texas, and then finished my PhD at Columbia.
Oh, doctor.
University. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I heard you like doctors. Right?
I love doctors. Okay. I do.
May I say something about that?
Okay.
If someone leads with that title, you should wonder, what is it they're hiding about what they don't know? Because
no, I feel like
that?
no, and I am not a doctor, but the reason that I revere doctors, whether it's a PhD or an MD, is that you spend more time in school than the rest of us.
Yeah, we do.
And if you earn that title, you should be respected as that title.
But sure, okay.
That's just me. That's just me.
No, that's good.
Plus, you get the best tables at the restaurant.
That's very respectful. All I'm saying is, if you're gonna believe what I tell you, I don't want you to say, it must be right because he has a PhD.
Well,
I want you to believe what I said because I made sense to you.
No,
and my
I
argument
say it must be right because he's a PhD. I'm sorry,
then I didn't make my argument convincingly enough.
No, you're being convincing. Look, is it the end of the world?
Okay, what time you want to know if the world ends? Do you want to know what time the world ends? Yeah, so the world will end.
Okay. Are you serious? Earth? You're talking about the Earth?
Earth. You said the world. Earth. Earth will be swallowed by the sun in about 5 billion years.
Oh, well.
But it's, no, that's fine.
I mean,
so the sun
I would
will
already
expand,
rock my grandkids and their kids too.
The sun will expand and engulf the orbits of Mercury and Venus. And its surface will be so close to the Earth that it will send our oceans into a rolling boil. They'll evaporate into the atmosphere will evaporate into space, and then we will descend a charred ember as we vaporize.
Okay, wait. So what would, no, listen, I'm listening to you very, very carefully.
Yes.
And I do believe what you're saying, because you're a doctor. You went to Harvard. Look, doctor.
A lot of stupid people went to smart schools. So just,
that is very true.
Right.
That is very true. That is very true. But look, Neil, one of my favorite names, Neil.
Well, it's not Dr. Neil, apparently.
Neil, Dr. Neil.
No, it's Neil.
What will life be like for people on Earth as we get to that point?
Okay, so here's the thing. If we want to live beyond 5 billion years, we have to learn how to planet hop or find another star system. So you kind of need the space program by then. But
We haven't been on the moon since 71?
I know. Don't get me started.
Well, what are we doing?
Okay, so there's another issue before we get to that point.
Is that you?
Oh, no.
But look, why haven't we been on the moon since the 70s?
Okay, so I'm saying, if you want to live long enough to escape the death of the sun, we have to be able to survive ourselves.
But what I'm asking you, what will life be like for those last people? Like, will it be 100 degrees every day?
100? Girl, if the oceans are rolling, boil. So it would be bad. So
everybody should live in a high rise. The higher up you live, the less you won't roll and boil?
No. What? We got other issues before 5 billion years come. Are we going to flood ourselves from the melting ice caps? Are we going to?
Right.
Are we going to not nuke ourselves into extinction? We have enough power, but absent the wisdom, to preserve the integrity of our civilization that we spent tens of thousands of years building.
Are your kids really pressured to be as cerebral as you?
So my wife has a PhD in mathematical physics.
By the way, there was a big discussion in our Hot Topics meeting. I say she's black. The white people said she's white. Norman, who was a light-skinned black, said he's not sure. Is your wife white or black?
Okay, so there's a question in here.
Okay.
Where someone asked about being half black and half white.
Okay.
So when people ask me what race are you, I say I'm in the human race.
But I want to be specific.
Don't want to know.
I want to be specific. No, it really was a thing.
Yeah.
Is she black or white?
Okay, so my wife has some Native American, it's mostly European descent. Mm-hmm. My daughter, the way she wears her hair, she looks very chica.
So your wife is not black?
Not black, in that sense. But just to be clear, President Obama was exactly as much white as black, but everyone called him a black president. So what does it mean when we start putting in these labels?
When the cops pull you over and they see what you are, that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Growing up in the Bronx, my parents, every day we walked out the house, this is what you do in case the cops stop you.
Yeah.
They need to see your hands.
Yeah.
You act respectful. And by the way, I have a testimonial. I wrote a letter to them for their 30th birthday. Their 30th anniversary. And in there, I lay out just how the shepherding they did of me and my brother and sister, just so we survive as sort of black kids in the city.
Yeah.
I mean, it was different back then than today.
It definitely is.
Times have changed, in spite of the issues we still confront.
Well, your kids are really, really cute.
So they were not forced to be scientists.
Your daughter is a teacher, right?
Yeah, she's for Teach for America.
And what does your son do with all that hair? Cutie.
So he's majoring in philosophy of ethics in college right now.
So your kids are on the beat as well.
Yeah, but even though they're not majoring in sciences, they are scientifically literate, for sure.
This book, by the way, is the perfect size. It's a hardback, and it's a perfect size to drop in your bag.
That's kind of on purpose,
and just look at stuff.
Yeah.
Letters from an astrophysicist.
Yeah,
these are letters that people have given to you?
Yes, written to me, and I've written back. And it's amazing what level of sort of angst and anxiety and issues people have had where they are pretty sure, they feel that light from a cosmic perspective might illuminate what next path they take. There's a letter here from people in prison. There's a whole chapter on parenting. There's a chapter on people who want to believe weird things. Like someone said, is there really a big hairy ape wandering the Pacific Northwest?
Did you sign up to go to the moon, by the way? I heard it was like $200,000.
No, I did not.
Why not? You're
because I want the people who are making that spaceship, I want them to send their moms first. And then I'll just, and they come back safe, then I'm good.
Thank you so much for being here, Neil. Everybody, Neil's new book is in stores now. Up next, the hottest celebrity makeup trends. Don't go far.
They're all pink too. That's the only brown in it. I'll get them to send it to you. It is beautiful.
It is?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Okay, I'm nervous. Okay, here with the hottest celebrity makeup trends is this season's beauty expert, or the season's beauty expert, I'm sorry, Mickey Williams. Welcome back, Mickey. Mickey, I'm nervous. Come on. Come on.
There we go.
Morel knows I don't like brown lips or purple lips, so
But
what are we
come
doing here?
on. Look at Ryan Destiny here. She's really pulling it off. And one
She
way,
is.
Yes, lovely. And one way that you can do that is doing, like, it can work on any skin tone, right?
Okay.
But one thing for you to think about is maybe leave that little, that little area right there, the pout, open. That way it doesn't look like a completely matte brown. You don't look, kind of goth-like, right? So it's that great
But what
little
if you
pout.
took away some of the tracing?
Well, the tracing is really what makes it. That's kind of like that nude lip that's coming back from the 90s.
He traces my lips with the brown. He tricks me when I don't have a mirror. And then
that's
I
what
wipe it off.
That's what we did here. We kind of like already
Katrina?
kind of pre'd this.
Are you down
This
with
is
the brown?
Katrina.
I
am. But
All right,
watch
love
how
it.
beautiful this is. And so basically you can take a company just like this is a Citizen. They do all browns and nudes, right?
Okay, here we go.
And you can go
I'm
right in
nervous.
there and you're just going to basically fill it in, but leave that pout open, okay? So you see, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get that brown on.
leave the middle of her lip, and down at the bottom.
Now that's if
open.
you don't want to commit to the whole thing. You could
You're right,
commit.
though.
It makes all the difference. And
You're right.
What's great about this lip look too is that this brown isn't that matte, harsh brown that we were seeing or that goth brown.
Yeah.
What's great about it, we're gonna add a little bit of gloss here.
Like it looks like you smoke Newports all day. I think that's what I have the problem with is,
But what's great about this is that it works now in a matte, in a glossy, in a shimmer, in
looks
anything.
good.
It's gorgeous.
It does.
Easy breezy, and this brand is great, Citizen.
Wait, so they specialize in all nudes?
All nudes. Citizen's only nudes. Their lipsticks are only nudes, the whole palette.
Okay.
Now the next trend that we're
Okay.
seeing, Ashley Graham pulled this off the Met Gala. It was absolutely beautiful. Her makeup.
Okay.
Take a look at that makeup. It's just neutral. I mean, it's all just basically nudes. But then what's standing out? It's that really iconic trend that we're seeing right now, the green kind of statement eyeliner.
Yulissa, do you normally use that?
I use black ones.
Black
But
ones.
she's gonna use this
exactly.
now.
Me too. But I don't use the greens either. But let's let her do you up.
So Alyssa has this beautiful eye. We've already traced all of these too, right? Now we're gonna use the Color Stay by Revlon. This is their jade, so keep it in kind of that jade family.
Your eyelashes are really long.
They're ridiculous, right?
Are those natural?
Yep.
Growing from your skull?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, lucky girl.
What's great about this is you can go, what we want to do is go corner to corner, make sure you get that water line
I was
in
gonna say you're
there.
all in the waterline.
And it's a tight line. It's not a really big line. And then you have that beautiful green pop.
I
that
like it.
statement liner.
And even with brown eyes, you look pretty with the green.
I love it on brown eyes.
Yeah.
I love
yeah.
blues and brown.
All right, Yulissa, thank you.
Julia, the
Let's see what
beautiful.
Julia's up to. Hi, Julia.
Now what we're gonna recreate is right here, this gorgeous creature, Hailey Bieber.
Okay.
And what
She really is pretty, right?
And again, we're into that nude makeup, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna give her that nude glow. And she's known for it. So I'm using right now, this is the Hip Dot palette.
I
right?
like a nude glow.
Yeah, so this is great.
Is it brown enough for me?
It is actually. I love this because on their website, they'll show you what it looks like on each skin tone. So
Okay.
I love that.
Okay.
But what we're gonna do is we're gonna start and we're going to blend the brown into
Oh, yeah.
her
We do this.
hairline.
Okay, we know this in
and
the makeup
why I
room.
like this one is because the
know this
brown,
trick.
the darkest one, isn't shimmery. So you can contour with it. You can get everything in there. But then when you want to make that glow pop, you've got the gold there. And if
Okay.
you get too much on the brush,
Tap, tap, tap.
tap
Yep.
and then watch. Boom.
I see what's going on.
Woo.
Julia, do you like this?
I love it.
Are you a makeup girl?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you even have that little, I love it when it's all in one palette because then you have that little bit of peach and you'll see on Hailey right there, it's not a lot,
No.
it's just a little bit.
Yeah.
But you blend that into this beautiful monochromatic kind of gold glow.
Yeah.
And she's the nude glow.
Perfect. Thank you, Mickey, so
Yeah.
much. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Yulissa, and thank you, Patrina. For more information on these trends, go to wendyshow.com. Ask Wendy is next. Now look. All right. All right, everybody have a seat. We're gonna play another silly game with a whole lot of outcome. It's called Guess Who's Flannel. Now, ma'am, you're our player. What's your name? Where are you from? And what do you do?
My name is Linda. I'm from Island Heights, New Jersey. And I'm retired.
Very nice. Well, thank you for spending your retirement with us.
How you doing?
How you doing? Linda, I'm gonna show you 3 celebrity flannels, and you have 10 seconds to guess which one is Hailey Bieber, okay?
Hailey Bieber.
Yeah, Justin Bieber's new wife.
Aha.
Yeah, she's a Baldwin. She's a Baldwin.
Oh,
They
she's
just
a Baldwin?
Yeah, they just got married.
Alex?
Yes,
okay.
his niece.
His niece?
Yes,
Who's her father?
Stephen Baldwin.
Okay, I like
It might be
Stephen.
Billy Baldwin.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I like Alex.
Anyway, she's a Baldwin, but now she's a Bieber.
Okay.
All right, now she's got on a flannel, and you gotta guess which one is hers.
Okay.
All right, Linda, let's see all three and go.
Oh.
Oh, gosh. Linda, come on now.
B.
That was it? Oh my gosh, you won. Dinner for two at the Sugar Factory. We'll be right back.
I'm going in tomorrow.
So, everything that you've come to love about The Wendy Show is available first at wendyshow.com. We got the hot topics, celebrity interviews, the after show and junk. Look, see it first, see it now, only at wendyshow.com. And we'll be right back. They're from Queens. She's from Queens, they're from Philly. The girl over there is from Dubai. People like come from everywhere to see The Wendy Show. The tickets are free if you're ever in New York. This is a good time. Go to wendyshow.com. We'll be right back. You gotta get tickets and come here. I want to thank my guest today, Dr. Neil, my co-host, my one-of-a-kind, so special studio audience. Tomorrow, Ja Rule's giving us the business on the couch. I got all the hot topics covered for you tomorrow. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy. Bye.
Nice.